Okay, we're back in Dreamweaver again, and we're going to be looking at putting our image in as a background to our site. You can see our site is up here. We've got our index page, we've got our style.css sitting there, and we're in split view at the moment, so we're seeing the code and the site on the right. I'm just going to switch it to design view just so I see the entire site and not the code for the moment, and we're just going to do this one in design view. Now, to insert the background in, I'm going to first of all create a CSS rule that I can put it into. And I can see my list of CSS rules here at the moment, and most of them are classes. I know that because they have the hashtag at the start. I want to put one in just for the body of my website. So to do that, I come down to my little plus sign in my CSS panel to put my new CSS rule in. I make it a compound rule, and if you're lucky like me, it puts what I want straight in there and it says body. Okay, it's guessing that you want it to be the body rule, and I do want this one to be the body rule, no hashtag at the front, and it's going to go into style.css, so I press OK. Fantastic. Now, what rule definitions are we going to apply to the body tag in there? Now, we're just going to be putting a background in, so I'm going to go to the background on the left-hand side, and for this one, we're not going to put a background color in because our picture eventually is going to cover our entire screen. We might put one in later that matches our background. But for the moment, we're just going to put our background image in. So we browse for our image, and we need to find our image. So I'm going to go to where my image is, and it's actually going for me to where my image is sitting, but it will be somewhere on your computer. And I've got to look for the one that I created, and I've got to remember which one I created. I created a few now. It must be that one right up the top there. I've got to remember the name, of course. I'm sure you guys will remember yours. So I think mine's BG coffee. So I'm going to click that one and press OK. And it's going to pop itself in, and I'm going to apply that and see what happens. And you can see that my background on my website preview at the back has changed. I'm going to press OK. And we can never really see exactly what we're looking at there, so I might go out to have a look in a browser in a sec, but before I do that, I might just come over here to my local files and just right click in that area and press refresh local files and have a look inside my images folder. Inside your images folder, you'll now see there's a bgcopy.jpg. So Dreamweaver has moved a copy of your image from wherever you took it and popped it into the folder that we need it into for when we upload those files to our website. So fantastic. Now let's have a look at it. We need to save that theme, and we can see up here that the style.css has changed. So I need to save that, Control S, and I'll have a look in my browser. So let's press F12, and I'll just bring my browser over so you can see it. Okay, so you can see that there now. That you can see that big picture in the background there. Now what I want to show you is we're just going to resize it because we know that not all screens are born the same size, or not all screens are the same size. And you can see that part of our image is sitting right off the page. The coffee cup is just in the page, and if I squeeze it in more, you can see that just more of the coffee cup disappears. Okay, so I've got a bit of a problem because the picture is not fitting the size of the screen, and we know that people view our web pages in all different size screens. So I really need to do something about that to make that work for me. So what we might look at is how can we resize this picture so it fits whatever screen somebody is looking at. Let's have a look at that in our next lesson. For the moment, you've done a good job. The last thing I want to look at is just what went in to our CSS that we had to change. So we know that we made a body rule. Let's go down to the body rule. There it is down here. Just one line. It said in the body rule, background image, a URL, and it's given you the path to that JPEG, which is actually sitting over here in our images folder. So now our background's in. Well done.